Well, thank you for the introduction. So, as has been said, I'm Mathilde. I'm the founder of a co-founder of MusicTech France, which is a collective for innovators in music based in France, and co-founder of MusicTech Europe as well. I'm also a specialist on music tech, communications and business advice with my agency called Resonance. So I've been navigating in the between tech and music for a little while now, and I'm going to talk about AI and live, which is a pretty interesting combination that hasn't been that studied yet. But we'll get more into that right after. So I'm here joined with by Philipp and Alex. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves, maybe?
Hello, I'm Philipp Grefer. I'm the founder of WISE, which is like a platform for music, art, and technology. I founded as a conference in Beijing 2018. 2019, it was in China. Then it relocated due to COVID back to Berlin, where we had WISE like for the third time last May. And I also run another conference called New Visions for Music and Sound, together with MusicTech Germany, which will happen in September 5 and 6. That's going to be the first edition. And prior to WISE, I was also running a music agency in China for 10 years, managing Chinese artists, but also bringing a lot of international artists to China and Asia, like people from Massive Attack or the Yeah Yeah Yeahs or Roy Xop, a lot of DJs and from all around the world, basically.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Stevens. I'm from Liège. I live here. I was born in the Outremeuse. If you cross the bridge just in front, it's just there. I was used to work for a big festival in Belgium called Dour for the past 20 years as artistic director, but I decided to leave in September, so a few months back. Now I'm working on two different projects. The first one is Olakala agency, which means okay, but the long version in Greek. And I'm still focused on booking, doing curation for festivals. I'm now booking 3 festivals. One's in Marseille, which is called Mars Attack, and 2 in Réunion Island. One is called Sakifo, the other one is called Les Francopholies de la Réunion. And next year I'm going to work also on Plisken Festival in Athens in 2025. And beside that, I developed a tool to help me doing the booking, because Dour was pretty overwhelming, like booking 250 acts, managing from €4 million budget. I needed a tool at some point, so I developed this tool, Booker, to help me on that. And now I'm opening it to other festivals, so I'm still managing both projects now. Yeah.
Great, thank you. So if we picked this topic specifically for this panel is because as a collective, MusicTech Europe is developing a new project, which is an innovation mapping for AI solutions dedicated to the live sector. So we just got started. We have a platform that is live right now called IMEMS, so innovation mapping for the European music sector. And we're trying to gather every company operating in that ecosystem. So that's fairly new, and we're collaborating with WISE on this project. And I wanted just to ask briefly why, as someone working in an event and live industry, why would that interest you, just collaborating with the music tech hubs on this?
Well, I mean, obviously AI is a big topic now, and if you look at other sectors other than live, there's like already a lot of use of AI there, but like in the live music sector, it seems a little bit missing. Maybe because the people in the live music industry are not as tech affiliated as other verticals in the music industry. But I think there's a lot to improve through AI in that sector, and that's like something that we are looking at the moment for like companies that are filling this kind of gap, and that's why I think mapping is very much needed for that.
So yeah, that you mentioned it, the fact that when we talk about AI innovation in the music field, we don't really think about live firsthand. That's not usually the first thing that you can think of. So if we're mentioning AI in live to you, what would you think first? What comes to mind?
Well, actually, the first thing that comes to mind for me as also like, a festival or a conference organizer is like, of course, to streamline processes, right? I mean, like you said, like already you have like 250 acts or so that you need to book. With the conferences, you need to book a lot of speakers and so on. I think there's a lot of things that can be done better with AI or like automatic algorithms and stuff like that. I think the question is always like, how do you use it, and when do you have the time to get into the details? Everybody's like so overwhelmed all the time in the music industry. We are like hurrying from one event to the next and stuff like that. So like basically to just stop for a while and see what solutions we actually need and then can implement. I think that would obviously help. Other than I use, then there's other parts in logistics. For example, for music recognition. If you like a musician, if you're a songwriter or a rights holder, then obviously you would also like to know which music is played on the festivals or which of your music is played in the clubs and so on. So music recognition is like a field that is interested for the live music sector. And that's two things that I can think of at the moment. And as we said, like we are starting this mapping, So like if you are a company or you have an idea for a company, or somebody who has a company in that sector, please let us know.
Yeah. We're looking now. Do you have anything to add, Alex?
Yeah. There are still a lot of tools to develop for the live industry. For now, we mainly have like a basic usage, just like to write text or generate image or help formatting content. For the live specifically, the problem when you are a booker is that you have so many proposals. Like for Door, the first year I created the database, I received 10,000 proposals of artists. So at some point, having a tool that can help you on not missing the info and give you also insight on maybe the price and how your audience is following or listening to the act can be also really helpful. Guest list management, which is a nightmare during a big festival, having like a ChatGPT where you can say, hey man, can you please just add Mathilde on the VIP guest list for Thursday, and say, okay, done, ticket sent. That could be also helpful. I know, so I spoke with the booking agent. He told me that he was downloading all the posters of the touring of the artist, giving to ChatGPT and saying, build me a tour a bit in the way of those artists, choose the venues depending on the capacity I want to play, 5, 7, 8 shows. And it give also insight and ideas at some point. There's many things, like organizing a festival is like building a city and managing a city. So for everyone, it's so diverse, from the artist production to guest list to email management to there's many things to improve,
Yeah, I'm also wondering like what agencies, booking agencies are doing, on their side, if they have like a really good database on like where you see like they book this act to there for that much money and so on, or like how the market developed, or if it's just more like, whenever anybody is a festival organizer here, or a live event organizer or something. Okay, one. Okay, and on the other side, anybody booking agent or something like that? No. So how it basically works when you like? I did both sides. I used to book acts, and I also for events, but also like book my own acts to other people. So basically, how it works is like as an agent, or like or somebody says like to you like, oh, I want to have you book your artist. Then you, as a booking agent, you say like, okay, please send me your offer, right? And then whatever offer this guy sends, you say like, yeah, can you double that? and so like the negotiation starts there, right? So the question is then like, does the booking agent really know where like his artist gets what exactly of money and where you can get more and whatever, you know, like and how it's like over time, if it goes up or if it declines or so on, or if it's just like, you know, like okay, yeah, just like say always double and let's see what happens, you know. Because in the end, it's also like sometimes an auction process for like, you know, especially if you have like different festivals in the same territory, which I'm sure you had to deal with. You know, big festivals in different territories to deal with, like trying to get the same headliner, right? Because the headliner brings the ticket sales. So then kind of an auction process starts, no? And I mean, how to handle that on both sides is also kind of interesting.
Yeah, there are different processes. Like, for instance, sometimes the agents come and say, okay, I want 70,000 K. Yeah, but your artist can not even sell 3,000 tickets in the city. And then he said, okay, if you give me 70,000, the show is confirmed. If you don't give it, then I play somewhere else. I will find 5 festivals who offer that. So you can speak about data, about anything. It's just if they want to do a few shows and they want to have that money, cannot do anything. With the database I built for Dourle, for Booker, I have quantitative data, qualitative data, and also connection. I use Spotify Connect from 10,000 festival goers. So every week I can check what they were listening to the past week, the past months, the past 6 months. So that's the interesting thing, is that maybe an artist was huge in 2019, and maybe 30% of the audience was listening to it, and now it's only 3%. So when they're still asking the same price as in 2019, I can give him a phone call and say, hey man, your artist is not going really well at the moment. I can see it on my side. So it changed also the negotiation, because they have all the data, but of course they don't tell the data. Yeah. And also they are sometimes misplaying, like saying, oh, we sell out the AB in Brussels, but it was like the small club, 250 cap, and make you think it was a 2,000 capacity venue. So you always have to ask for more data if you don't have it when you do negotiations. So yeah, it can be also overwhelming. So having this on a single dashboard, now I have 1 million artists in my database, and I connected 500 different medias, thousands of festival goers Spotify Connect account. So it helps on negotiation. Sometimes you get like the numbers on their side, and so when they come and just show me the numbers, I make a screenshot on my side, say, oh, here are the numbers on my side. So what do we do now?
And I mean, that's like on the side of the festival, or on the side of the buyer, basically. Do you know what kind of tool the seller uses, if they use any, or?
No, I don't know. I know there are some that are really into the data. They have all the numbers, and yeah, that's maybe a discussion we should have at some point. If
the booking agency is missing here now, yeah. Basically.
No, if we can, maybe we should have a more open talk at some point, because we did the last festival I booked was in MusicTech in Marseille, and the festival was excellent. Was one of the best editions we have made, but the sales were not as good as last year, so we lost a bit of money. And I was talking with the agent and say, okay, we lose a lot of money. The model is like broken now. You keep on asking, paying big fees for the festival. But there's a French rapper called Nino. He was booked at Willow Green, and they sold, I think, over 6 months, maybe around 10,000 tickets for that show at that festival. And when they announced Le Stade de France, which is 80,000 capacity, it sell out in 2 hours, and then they put on sale a second one. So it changed also the way, because of the algorithm, because of the way the bubble and Instagram, TikTok works, and the connection between the audience and the artist. You cannot even compare what you're selling in a venue or a festival, because this is how we used to do. Like if you are able to sell 2,000 in Brussels, maybe I give you, I don't know, 30,000. And now it doesn't work this way anymore. So it's pretty chaotic decision making, or how much do we offer for an act. It's
Yeah, and something that is interesting is a very tech vision of things based on data and trying to make sense and rationalize a lot. And we have a lot of tech people here. So how are the conversations going with actors in the live industry, like or globally? And you've seen both sides. So has it evolved? Is it more receptive now? The live industry is more receptive now to tech, or how is that dialogue going?
It's difficult. Difficult to say because in the live music sector and the booking teams, they said no, we don't look at data. But of course, they go and check all the stream. They call other festival organizers. Venue owner just to say how much ticket they sold, and they don't feel like they are using data. So if I go to a bar at a conference festival, I don't know. First, if I see another booker, we say, "Hey, what's good? What have you seen? Which was good tonight or yesterday night?" They are grabbing data. They say, "No, this is like artisanal thing. This."
It's like the bar data, basically.
Yeah, it's bar data or the daughter data. Like my daughter loves this hip hop hack. I have to do it. Like it's more important that the data in the tech sector but also the music sector. If you don't always have need for data. If you like a band, just book it when you're a booker. If you don't like it, don't book it. Like it's like doing a good show and being good. It's like 50, 60, 70% of the decision still. So it's not only about the data, of course.
Also depends on how your festival is funded, no?
No, but for instance, I booked FX Twin in Dour last year. But if I look at the data, it doesn't have that much data on the internet. It's releasing like record old school. He's got a big fan base, but they don't really appear on the database. If I look at the data, and if you see the money he asks, you just don't do it. So sometimes, yeah.
Well, it's like the legendary status, you know, like gets a little bit higher.
We should put that variable in the algorithm.
Actually, one sector that we forgot is actually ticketing, right? Because like there they have obviously a lot of data, but also seems to be quite underused from what I in my conversations with ticketing platforms. But like there's the dynamic pricing, of course, that's one thing that they're trying to do more and more. Not sure like how good it is, but that's definitely another sector.
Yeah, the festival already have a lot of data, but don't really use it. They use a bit of data from the ticketing, of course. I have another example. At the festival, there you have always an app for the festival where you can star the artist you want to see. So you can see how much star have this artist or this artist. So and we use this for Dour, for instance, to say how many security we should put on every show. Say, okay, this one is really, there's a big demand, but not so many festivals use that data. I think they have it. They don't even go and look, and it's there. They have it.
I mean, like it's kind of funny. Like a big festival, as you said, is like kind of a city, and like you know, there's all these talks about smart cities. You know, in the end, that's kind of a smart city where you like also get the wristband, right? The wristband also tells you some stuff, like how much beer you like drink between, 9 a.m. in the morning and and 12 before you pass out. But did you use that one, or had you had anything to do with this side of the
festival?
At
some of the festival we use that system, but we don't really check that much the data around it. It's like it helps more on the stock control, I would say, and also of not having money stolen in the bar. Also, the first time at Sakifo in Reunion Island, we use this system. We got 20-30% more money, so all the bars were stealing a lot at the festival.
Well, plus all the people that forget to give the money back.
Yeah,
after,
to give the money back after, and so yeah, it helps also.
All right. From what I'm hearing is that you manage to streamline a few things, but you've either built solutions internally like Booker, or just tried out a few things to actually value that data that you mentioned. So what would you expect the tech side of this equation to do and develop maybe to better use that to set up a few, I don't know, maybe standards of work methods? Is there something missing now?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, like when I book, for example, speakers or so, I feel like the whole process is not very streamlined yet. You know, like from the email send outs, like to whatever's registering and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of things that could be better automated. I